Okay, guys, we only have, our discussion was so lively that we only have 10 more minutes. So what we're going to do, somebody said repeat the session. what we're going to do, I didn't I do this last year? Repeat some sessions last year, but this is,
I think it's the second one you're doing today that you repeated last year.
yeah. Yeah. I didn't expect all these people to come. I thought you guys already knew WIOA now. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about measurable skills gains, and we'll talk about the high points on that. And guys, again, if you have any questions, I kind of sleep and breathe this stuff. If you have any questions after that, Sheila, do we have someone occupying the room after this?
I think they do have a session at 11.
Okay. Then we can hang around afterwards, or we can find a breakout room, or excuse me, an empty room, and we can discuss from there if we have anything.
Yeah. We're
going to go ahead and talk about measurable skills gains. Who all has measurable skills gains figured out? Raise your hand. Please raise your hand high. All right. I'm with you. I'm kind of sort of again, broken it out. Any open participant who has been enrolled in educational training leading to a post-secondary credential. Now, the difference is OJT and CT, what's the young lady's name? Selena. Those are included in measurable skills gain. Now, while it seems complicated, measurable skills gain is pretty darn easy to get. There's no credential required. No hard credential required. All you need to do is show progress. The whole purpose that the feds did this, guys, for those zombies we have roaming around in the system. We need to get some type of accountability for those individuals that are in the system. And I'm pretty sure other states have them as well. Those individuals that you can't seem to find, but they're in some type of training for 4 years, or a training that took 6 weeks. The feds wanted to circle back around and say, okay, has this person taken a test yet? And if they have, record that for us. Let us know that they're doing that. That's measurable skills gain in a nutshell. Individuals in the denominator who achieve a skills gain during the reporting period. And to make it easy, satisfactory progress report towards an established milestone from an employer or training provider. Guys, that's the key. With your training providers, set up an established milestone. It can be soft. You can just say, hey, by week 3, we need to see them doing this. They need to take this exam. If I went to school for HVAC, to a technical school for HVAC, yeah, the program may be 2 years. But with measurable skills gain, I can count all the, maybe I had a refrigeration exam. If I had to take that refrigeration exam to keep going, that doesn't make me an HVAC technician yet. But I took that refrigeration exam and I passed it. It's that simple, guys. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. And that's for your employer or your training provider. They probably should have said educational institution as well, but that's for your employer or your training provider. Did that make it simple yet?
Yes.
All right. That's it in a nutshell. There's no rocket science behind that one. And then it doubles down on this third bullet here, on this next bullet, passage of an exam required for an occupation or progress attaining the technical occupational skills as evidenced by trade-related benchmarks, refrigeration, HVAC. Yeah? That's why measurable skills gain, why it looks very complicated, it's pretty darn easy. And all they're trying to do is measure progress. Is they're only going to look at this once a year. once a program year, so once a July to June. Meaning, you can miss every report. Oh, and by the way, they're looking at it every report. They're looking at it every submission. But until it's time for your annual report, you need to make sure that you have a gain in that July and June, between that July and June. Employer metrics, and I'll go over these really quick. Try to demystify employer metrics. You have one metric that links the job seeker to the employer, then you have another metric that focuses exclusively on the employer and their interaction with your business services unit. I don't even have to go to those slides. I'm going to explain it to you, hopefully, in a very simple way. The first one says, how long did Selena stay with her employer? That's it. Whatever wage employer that's shown at the very end.
Was she also with this employer in the fourth quarter after exit?
It says, and you guys can go over your thing here, I'm going to try to recite this to where hopefully if you hear it, it makes more sense. The next measure, and keep in mind that no negotiations have been set on these yet. The next measure says, all right, for all the individuals that you have right now, how many did you touch? Now the last measure, be careful about looking at that one. And this is why. The last measure says, for all the individuals that you touched, how many of those individuals did you also touch in the past 3 years, multiple times? It is beyond the horizon now. It's 3 years out because they have to compile actually 3 years of data. And if you look at the reports, we don't have 3 years of data yet. We won't get that 3 years of data for that employer metric until probably around 2022. So keep that in mind. If you haven't already chosen your measures, keep that in mind. Don't forget that if you guys have any other questions about that, I'll meet you guys up there until it's time. Thank you guys for your time.